Both the goals coming in the first half. You, Glenn, felt Serge Aurier struggled all day, and he played a part in that first goal to break the deadlock, didn't he?
Well, he did, yeah. He didn't have his best day. Yeah, you think he's playing better. But here, defensively there, you should deal with that. He's got to get himself in a more secure position. As soon as the guy's legs coming back to it, a cross-field ball as a full-back, you get yourself a couple of yards deeper. Here he goes to sleep a little bit. That's his job at the front post, and then he's got to join his teammate, but he's too slow getting out to Willian. And allows him to come inside. You've got to send him wide, and if he hits it from that angle, look, he's talking to his goalkeeper as Willian's just taking it, and he gets caught out. And there's no pace about him getting out there to defend. He jogs out, and it's already Willian's got him backing up. He's got to show him on the outside, but he's got him on his heels straight away. It's too late. And it's a fantastic finish, I've got to say, from Willian. He's got wonderful feet, and he's got the ability to just curl and bend it with pace.
Willian had the most amazing game. I mean, not just his 2 goals, but his overall play, his touch and pass late on in the game was exquisite. But as Glenn said, there's no question that Aurier was at fault in a variety of different ways for that first goal. And this is the second one, the penalty incident. I'm just not sure why the goalkeeper just doesn't come out and just pick that up, just catch it. I mean, it's chipped over, you can see it.
Anthony Taylor didn't give it, though.
Yeah, that's stunning. Stunning why the referee didn't give... Well, he actually gave a foul the other way to start with, and then once it went to VAR, there was just no question whatsoever it was going to get turned round. I mean, but I just can't, for the life of me, understand why he just doesn't run out and catch that ball. Yeah. It's mad. Absolutely mad. And yellow card, penalty, and virtually game over at that point, just scoring before half-time.
They managed it brilliantly from Chelsea as well, didn't they?
Oh, they did. I mean, they were the better side from the first minute. I think Frank came out and surprised Jose. OK, on paper you say, well, they're playing a 3 at the back, and then he's gone out there with wing-backs. Suddenly, that caused Tottenham a massive problem in the early stages. First 20 minutes, Spurs couldn't get near to them. They couldn't get near to them at the end because they were down to 10 men. But in the first 20 minutes was the real key when Chelsea were dictating the play away from home, and Spurs couldn't get anything going with the ball, but it was defensively they couldn't work out what they had to do. And the way they played every week so far under Mourinho is this certain way of playing, one shape when they're in possession, a different shape defending. They couldn't get it right, and they didn't know what to do. And he tried to change it at half-time, but it wasn't really... That didn't really work. Just bringing Eriksen on wasn't enough. And Moura tried to put Moura out there as a wing-back against Azpilicueta, and he couldn't cope, and in the end he had to change yet again. But Chelsea outwitted them, really, at the end of the day.
The Spurs finished with 10 men. Any complaints about the red card for some?
I don't think so. I mean, it wasn't the worst bit of violence I've ever seen on a football pitch, I must say, but the intention was there. You could see both legs, actually, of Sons went up and tried to connect. That angle's probably a good one. I don't think there can be any complaint. No, look, that's just not a natural movement towards the ball or towards getting up or anything. It was an aggressive play there, and I'm not surprised that he was sent off, no.
No, there's no defence for that. As soon as his left foot goes up, he puts his studs up against, was it Rudiger's chest, really, and his rib area. That movement was enough to say, yeah, it warrants a look at. And as soon as we saw it, we always felt in here that it was going to be a red.
Now, the very sad thing that we have to report today is when Antonio Rudiger indicated that there had been racist chants towards him from the Tottenham supporters. We saw the referee come over and spoke to both managers as well. Actually, the Tottenham stadium announcement said there had been racist chants to interfere with the game and it would not be tolerated by Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. You noticed this, Dan. It's unbelievable in this day and age that we're actually still having this conversation.
Well, it's sad. It really is, and it's disgusting. And any stadium in the world, we've got to cut it out. And it just isn't on. And let's hope they can find the person that shouted and ban him for life. That's all you can do. But it's a very sad situation that we're still living in this sort of world.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, it's interfering with our game, isn't it? I mean, it's sporadic incidents, but they're still there. I think we had one at Manchester City at the Etihad not so long ago, and now we've got one again here today. So the quicker we can stamp it out, it is individuals, but, you know, as soon as we can stamp it out, the better. And those people, as Glenn said, that are found to be guilty of it, then no more football for them.
Absolutely. Well said. And let's hope that happens. You noticed Jose Mourinho going towards the referee at the end. Did he have a case for 1 or 2 penalties there in the second half?
Possibly, but the funny thing with Jose, of course, is we all know that Chelsea deserved that. From minute 1 today, they deserved it. And you're just watching the game to see if there's any excuses that Jose can cling on, to cling to almost justify.
Well, there was some clinging there, wasn't
there? There was certainly some clinging there, and it was right underneath Anthony Taylor's nose as well, which is... but the way he shakes his head, it's almost that he has seen it and decided against it. He gestures as if he's made the decision and he's seen it. So, a strange one again, but I think VAR saved the referee's skin a couple of times today with some strange decisions.
I think they just got to make a decision. Make a decision, one decision, and they cut it out. Because as long as defenders, because it'll happen next week in another game, it's not just this game. If you make a decision, you think, oh, I'm going to get caught out, we'll cut it out pretty easily. But you have to punish that sort of foul. He's holding on anywhere else on the pitch, it's a foul. So give the penalty, and then everyone in the football, not only just for that game, everyone in football says, oh, hang on, I've got to defend properly.
OK. 2-0 to Chelsea at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. When we come back, we hope to get some managerial reaction on a day he will always remember, and he will certainly learn lessons from as he moves forward with Tottenham Hotspur. 0 Chelsea 2 then after that first half at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Before the game, we talked about protégé against master. We talked about the tactical battle and how Frank Lampard had changed it. Is he winning it hands down at the moment, Glenn?
Absolutely, hands down. He surprised Tottenham, he really has. Spurs couldn't work it out for the first half an hour. I don't think they've still worked it out now. They've come out with the wing-backs and they just haven't got anywhere near them. The system Spurs like to play defensively and with the ball works when they're playing against a 4-3-3 in many ways. When they play against wing-backs, they haven't sorted it out. Vertonghen doesn't know where to go. He's having to be tucked in where normally he would go out like a left-back. And it's Son that would have to go back. But at the moment, it's Dele Alli that's making all these defensive runs and having to get so far away from where we spoke about him playing, behind Kane and getting in the box. He's nowhere to be seen there. He's having to defend almost on the edge of his own penalty area and all down that left-hand side for Tottenham, where Azpilicueta is there time and time again, free. And the movement that Chelsea have had has really caused Tottenham all sorts of problems. It really has.
I mean, there's the average positions, and in particular, Glenn, it's Dele Alli that we were surprised at. He was having to come back. Son is up there with Kane, but, you know, after 5 minutes of the game, we could see. I mean, Glenn said, look at that. And often I've played in 3-5-2s before. In fact, you used to play them a lot with England as well. It's such a hard position to combat. If it's going for you, it's virtually impossible as an opponent to work out where you are, because it's so different with wing-backs and you flood in certain areas. And Tottenham just simply haven't got to grips with it. I've been really surprised Jose hasn't changed things during the first half.
They haven't got to grips with Willian either.
No.
First goal, could Tottenham have done any better here?
Yeah, of course, I think so, Steve. Look, Aurier there, that's poor defending. He's got to get himself in a better secured position, so he's heading that back to his keeper. Then he goes to sleep. You see him here, he's turning at the wrong time. Willian's just about to play the corner. He's turning to his goalkeeper, and suddenly it's a short corner. He's too slow getting out to Willian. And as we'll see in a minute, he allows him to come inside. It's a wonderful, wonderful finish. But look, here he's looking at the moment Willian's playing, Michael. He's looking at the keeper, trying to sort something out. Then he goes too slow, and he's got to show him down the outside.
I mean, it's the cardinal sin, isn't it, when you're about to play there, but you need to be... Watch out. It reminds me of Trent Alexander-Arnold against Barcelona last season, when all the Barcelona players aren't looking, and all of a sudden somebody's switched on, goal. And that's what happens at this level. He's not switched on. He's give the corner away in the first place. He's then not switched on. He's then not taken Willian down on his left foot. Yeah. And that's what you get, a thunderous shot into the corner of the net.
And that was 1-0 Willian. What was Gazzaniga doing? Can Tottenham have any complaints at all here, Glenn?
None whatsoever. It's a lovely little chip ball through from Willian again. And Alonso, being the wing-back now, has come round unopposed. Aurier's nowhere to be seen as the right-back. And that is just, you know, I don't know what it is. It's an assault. It's not a tackle.
Why doesn't he go with his hands?
I've got no idea.
I mean, it's a chip ball from Chelsea. You would think he's just going to come out and pick it up. He loses the line of it, he loses the pace of it, and all of a sudden he has to do some form of karate kick to bring his man down. No question that VAR were going to bring it back and give a penalty. And again, cool as you like, Willian.
It's got to be said that the referee, Anthony Taylor, actually gave a foul to Tottenham.
Yeah.
So without VAR there, last year that would have been given the other way. There we see Frank celebrating, Jose Mourinho going down the tunnel early to sort something out, which he knows he's going to have to do second half if Spurs are going to get any way, shape or form back in this game.
Yeah, huge team talk ahead of Jose Mourinho. 2-0 down to Chelsea at the break. All smiles beforehand, before their relationship was resumed. There's only one man smiling at the moment at half-time, and that's him. For Chelsea, 2 incredible goals inside 4.5 minutes, giving Nigel Pearson his first win as Watford boss, Watford's second win in 22 attempts in the Premier League to round off this Premier League weekend. This is what it means at the top of the table. Spurs have missed the opportunity to go level on points with Chelsea. Instead, Frank Lampard's team are 6 clear of Jose Mourinho's 1 and now have a 4-point cushion between themselves and the next team challenging the top 4, which is Sheffield United. Manchester United stay in 8th, Spurs in 7th. So Watford, with just that second win of the season, level on points now with Norwich, 3 behind Villa, but still 6 points from safety. Well, Willian made Frank Lampard's day one which got progressively worse.